Derek, you give us a squad update first. Who's available and who's not?
Yeah, so we've got Robbie Dees and Joe Wright back from the weekend. Young Ollie Bainbridge is added to the Euro squad as well after signing. And hopefully get Marley Watkins back available from the weekend as well. Marley's still got a bit to do to be any certainty with that, but getting a couple of additional defenders in and back involved in the squad helps us no end. So, and everybody else, just Kyle McInnes and Corey Ndaba who aren't available. Corey's in the European squad with a view of potentially at the outside, maybe getting a chance next week.
That's good that you've got such a strong squad then for what is a very, very important game and in front of a big crowd once again here.
Yeah, I think it's important for me to have as many players available as we can. I think the schedule, the busyness of our schedule means we're going to be tested with that. Certainly that was the case on Sunday, but getting just that extra couple of bodies makes a difference. So we're looking forward to the tie. We've worked extremely hard as a club. And the players have worked extremely hard to get this type of evening, and we're looking forward to it tomorrow. We're up against a team who have similar aspirations to get through the tie. We believe we can get through it. I'm sure Tromso will be thinking the same, and it's important that we try and deliver a big performance and a performance that we know we're capable of.
What do you expect from Tromso? They're not the best league campaign. I think they're 13th in the table at the moment, but they did win home and away in their last European night.
Yeah, well, I watched their game against Rosenborg at the weekend, and I watched their last two Euro games against Coups. Yeah, it has to be said, last season was a fantastic season for them, hence why they're in European football, but and maybe a slow start for whatever reason, but they seem to have picked up a wee bit. And when you look at the Norwegian league, they're only a few points from 5th. So I think if they find the consistency they show, and I'm sure they can get back up the league. Just my first view in watching them, I think they look a good side. Obviously the polar opposite to Cercle Bruges. Were very direct with their play. They were a team who wanted to play in the opposition half quickly. They pressed you high. Tromso in and out of possession are a bit different. They're more a possession based team, want to bring you onto them. They're happy to defend in numbers in their own half and try and play on transitions and counters. So a total different kettle of fish to what we had last time out. And players with some good youngsters and some good experience. You know, they're a capable team capable of big performances. I thought the performance against Rosenborg that weekend was decent. But I spoke to the players. We've done a video meeting on Tromso today. Because that's our job. We've got to show the players we know what we're dealing with, but I want to reinforce to the players it's what we do at this early stage in the season. You know, the one advantage the Scandinavian teams have is they're well into their season, you know, halfway through their own campaign. We're just getting started and we've got such a big game. I just want the players to really concentrate on us, give us our best performance individually. And if we can get anywhere near our best team performance as we showed last season, we believe it's a game we can win.
This competition, the Conference League, wasn't there a few years ago. It's given clubs like Kilmarnock an opportunity. Obviously, the finances are great as well, but it's huge for the players as well, is it not? And managers to give them even more experience in European football.
Yeah, I'll tell you, last couple of games is the first time my players have played in Europe for the majority of them. And I think it's exciting, and we've again reminded them today about, you know, it doesn't come round all the time. We want that to be the case, but in your careers it doesn't always come round, and you've got to try and embrace it and hang about as long as you can. There's a brilliant tie for the winners of this tie ahead, a really attractive tie to get into that playoff spot. We want to try and be that team. But to do it, we're going to have to bring two big performances to beat Tromso. I think they're a capable team. We can't think that anything other than big performances from us individually is going to be enough. We've got to deliver that.
The fact there were so many players that hadn't played European football before, can that now be a big positive that they've experienced it over the last couple of legs and maybe go in with a bit more belief that either they belong at this level or they can compete at this level?
Yeah, I think Cercle Bruges are a level above. You know, I think they'll do all right in the Europa League. I said last week, maybe we're not quite ready for Europa League, but we're in a Conference League now and against a team that we feel that we can win. some of my players said to me the other day, it's the first time they've ever been abroad doing all the whole preparation and playing a game. Normally if they go abroad it's for pre-season trips or whatever, but it was different for a lot of them, and it is that it's not, they're not that familiar with it, but we needed to be slightly better in attacking areas, certainly, to beat a team of Bruges' quality. I think having had the 2 competitive games helps us, because it is the one big advantage Tromso have over us. They're well into their campaign, as I said, but we don't want to be looking back and thinking of, remember these early games in Europe and never having any regrets. We've got to try and just focus on ourselves, I think, and deliver what we feel we're capable of. If we can get anywhere near like some of our best performances last season, I'm confident we can get through this one.
Is that a big thing, making sure there is no regrets from the players when you feel there is a big opportunity in front of you? You want to make sure that you come out of this tie feeling that the players have done it?
Absolutely. I think sometimes league games, it's like any cup football, league games you can make up for a poor performance, and the following week there's the league allows you that, but cup football, whether it's domestic cups or European cups, European competition, it's you need it in it or out it, and next Friday we want to make sure we're looking forward to the next tie, so to do that we're going to have to, as I say, deliver 2 big performances. I think Tromso, as I say, are a capable team. They look well coached, they've got some good technical players, they've got a real identity of what they're trying to do. That said, we've got to try and make sure we're a good version of us.
I know the focus is on this week's game, but have you allowed yourself to look at the 2 potential opponents in the next round?
I haven't, but staff have, just as they have done here for this tie. You know, whether we beat Bruges, so we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't be looking ahead of ourselves. I haven't even looked. I was at St Johnstone game the other night and watched them. I've seen them twice now at St Johnstone, but I'm not even thinking about St Johnstone really. I'm just thinking about this one tomorrow night.
I think everyone can agree that the Killie fans have been exceptional home and away this season and last. Is that kind of the main motivation, to kind of reward them with a European run?
I think they've already been rewarded, truth be told. You know, I think the fact that so many grabbed the attention of so many last week, but we want more of it, and the fans are outstanding. The numbers they travelled in, the noise, the reception they gave the players last week, I think everybody who experienced that will remember it. But as I said to you before the competition, I want this to be a regular thing for us, and I want it to be more regular this season, so we've got another opportunity to together to try and show the best version of us as a club tomorrow with the fans and the team. Hopefully together, as we have been with some of our best results, that kind of synergy's there. And if we can win tomorrow and take that a winning performance over Norway next week, then I'm sure the fans will travel in good numbers as well. But we don't want this to be the last European game for us at home this season, and we're well aware of that.
Tromso obviously having a break from league football in between the tie. I know it's a long old debate, but would you prefer to have been given a break by the Scottish FA?
I'd rather not went to Celtic Park, with deflated squad. No, I'm not. I think there's a case in point maybe somewhere throughout the season if teams are progressing, you know, and we've seen that before when Rangers and Celtic go a bit further with runs and stuff like that. But there might be a case in point now. But I think at this stage of the season, we're all, certainly for us, we're kind of looking for games, and it's not too big an issue. I didn't actually know until this morning that Tromso had a break at the weekend. But as I say, they're well up and running and they're up to speed through their campaign.